So what y'all talking about? This the weekend roundup. You know, what y'all do the weekend? I didn't do too much. I went to go see Michael. So I will be doing a review of Michael tonight at 8:15. So I got all dressed up, me and my granddaughter, and we went over there and watched the movie. So I'll give you my review and my opinions, which may be a little, it's going to be very opinionated, but it may be unpopular. So we see that they done went bang bang, was up in the correspondence dinner this weekend. So, you know, people have their thoughts on that. Some believe that it was staged. Seemed that way. I know. I don't care if the person has been apprehended. We getting the hell out of there. They had one man standing there still eating his salad at the table. You know, like the people just want, but you know what? I would say this. At black functions, we getting the hell out of there. So they coming there banging up the place, we getting the hell out. We ain't trying to, you see one person running, everybody take off. I think it's different with other people. So, yeah, the correspondence dinner, Plies had his take on it. He said Madea would have had better security than that. And, everybody, the guy, his name was Cole. And actually, he is a school teacher out of California. They done duck hunted. They done went back and found that there was a time when I guess he was making up some kind of wheelchair, and J.D. Vance and his wife, I believe, were on the same show or whatever. I don't know. We just be speculating a lot over here on with this reality TV president we got. I don't know. It's just crazy. Then they even had, he was at some meeting or something, and he was dead asleep up in there. I'm like, he called Joe Biden Sleepy Joe, but we got drooling Trump. I don't know. This is just, it would be funny if it wasn't for real. If it was a TV show, we could laugh at. But it is real. So we had that going on, and then we had another trending topic. Everybody's talking about Candy and her take on, or she's doing a folded challenge. And I would say Candy is my girl, and I did thought she sounded real T-Boz-ish. On the course. I go, oh goodness, who this is? But yeah. So everybody made their little videos on TikTok about that. So that's some of the things that is going on as I was looking at the weekend. And this weekend I was able to get in my Levi's jeans. Hallelujah. Yes, honey. I said, honey, I was praying all before I got ready to put them on, because I tried them on last month. And I'm like, I love these Levi's jeans. I bought them actually a couple years ago. When I bought them, I couldn't get into them. So when I was able to get into them, and here I done made it where I couldn't get into them. I said, Lord, I picked up all the weight I done lost. You a thick thigh girl. It's hard, thick thighs and booty. So, but yeah. So I'm trying to keep up the algorithm. So I am going live at 8:15 today, this evening. And we will dive into, that is, the movie Michael. And what all I thought of it. Yeah. So, what else we had going on? I don't really watch the news like that. So I watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so Brady and I would be doing our review tomorrow. And I'm liking it. And I know some people are tired of, what is it, the slutty vegan lady, but I'm thinking she's bringing a real story to the show, because none of them old sluts, as you know, they say hello slut, or welcome in slut, whatever, as slutty vegan, but none of them OGs, they really don't have no story. I mean, Portia, she's being fluid. She brought the man back on there this week. I don't know. Then you have who else got a story? Phaedra ain't giving us nothing. Only Aiden's coming in. And, Cynthia's Cynthia's a friend of. Shamia, she's like throwing spaghetti at the walls, trying to find out her niche or what's going to stick. So I don't know. I like the mixing it up of the new girls. I do. I like it. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the slutty vegan. Now, I never ate a slutty vegan, but my brother did. That was not his cup of tea. So, and I think it was one in New York that he went to, because that's where he usually be at. So, yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch. I didn't really watch too much TV. Well, I did, but I was watching, what did I start watching? I watched Genius, because I wanted to watch all of the part about Aretha Franklin. So I was watching that last night instead of watching Real Housewives. So I just watched Real Housewives today. And what else that we had going on? I don't know, but do y'all think the correspondence meeting was, or event, was staged? Because the one lady did say, shots going to be fired. It's going to be agreed. It's coincidental. She said that. I don't know. I know it could have been a figure of speech, but I don't know. Do y'all really think that black man, because he looks mixed, but do you really think? I don't know. What was the goal? Seems like he was on some kind of suicide mission or something. How you thought that was going to work out? I don't know if this is not staged. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. And, I'm sitting here. I said I'd go live while I'm sitting here waiting on my granddaughter to come out. She had some kind of cheer clinic. She'll be going to the 9th grade, and she's trying out for cheerlead for the 9th grade. So she cheered. Did she cheer last year? Did she cheer 7th and 8th grade? I know she cheered the whole 8th grade year. And then she used to cheer like the little Metropolitan Football League they had here in my town. So yeah. So please come in and join the live at 8:15, because we really gonna be talking about some shit. But all in all, I went to see Michael, and I danced, I sang, I did all those things. And a lot of times, watching it, you did kind of, Jafar did a good job, so you did kind of just felt like you was watching Michael Jackson. I mean, for some of us, I'm a diehard Michael Jackson fan, so Gen X right here. So yeah, I don't know. I always say you had to be a part of it. Like, I can't tell you a situation about people that existed before me, other than the fact that I may have watched something on them. But to be a part of the generation that you've seen it. You know, like I remember when Motown 25 was playing. I watched it. I watched it as he glide. We used to call the moonwalk the glide. So I watched it as he glide or glide across the floor. Cause I've been gliding since I was 6. I learned that, you know. My uncles and my cousins, they used to all pop lock and stuff. So that was something I had been learned to do. We call the moonwalk when you're going forward. That's what I was taught when I was a kid. So I knew how to do it to the side. I could do it to the forward, and I could glide back. So we was doing all that. But I remember when Michael Jackson did that. I remember his hair catching on fire. So my hair got, they was calling me Michael Jackson in the 8th grade year because my brother set my hair on fire. He didn't do it on purpose. So yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I can do a very good review on that. I was looking for my Michael Jackson book. Anything that had Michael Jackson on it, I would purchase it with my bus money, because we had to pay $2 a week for bus fare for the school buses when I was coming up. And instead I would walk to school, go down to the store. They used to have like Michael Jackson baseball cards you can buy. They had a little nasty chewing gum in there, but I would give the gum to my cousins and make them all give me their cards. You know, I was keeping them, safe. So I used to have all the Enquirer magazines, the Suns, everything that had Michael Jackson's image on it, I would purchase. And my room was just postered up Michael Jackson. My mom was like, oh my God, I hope nothing happens to this man. Because this girl gonna, lose it. And so I remember this tapestry this man bought me, a guy that was, trying to date my mom. And it was the picture of Michael Jackson with that yellow sweater, like vest on. Ooh! Oh my God. And he had that like brooch on there. We had on yellow and white. I think that was his best look. He really, 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 really looked nice. So, but yeah. So I'm waiting on my granddaughter to come out. So don't forget, in about an hour from now, I will be going live. And we will be discussing Michael. And tomorrow we'll do Real Housewives of Atlanta with Brandy. And I think I might do my own review too. And I got to catch up on Love and Marriage Huntsville and Bell Collective. So I got to get all that together and just get it all done. And I want to probably just do like a recap, my review of how is it going on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I think that's pretty good. So I can get all these recaps and stuff done. It was tax season and it's still taxing. I still ain't did mine. So, it was, when you are so stressed about things, it's hard to get things done. I think I need to be, on here talking probably about menopausal stuff. I'm 53 and I guess I'm going through menopause or perimenopause or whatever have you. I haven't had any hot flashes or anything like that. But the hormone thing, that's been something. And then here lately, just thinking about your own mortality. So, that's just, like kind of 53. You had, all that stuff, grandchildren and all that. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm sitting here waiting up at the school, and this person just gonna stop their car on the wrong side. Just park. And these people are trying to get past. What in the world are they doing? That's not going to work out well. And still park their car right there. Oh my goodness. So they have the side, where you park at, and then the other lane is for the drivers, to drive. As the kids, we collect them. We can drive, get out of the. Actually, it's the fire lane, but we're driving here, parked at the fire lane because school is technically out. So, but this person is so ignorant to park on the driver's side instead of pulling up in front of the cars that's up there and be in the fire lane, which is crazy. But yeah, so I'll see you guys at 8:15. And I hope you all are having a great Monday. It's gloomy here. My husband decided not to go to work this evening. So he's barbecuing hamburgers. And at first he was like, I'm not going to barbecue. He said, it's raining. I'm like, shoot, it could be almost having a blizzard outside you for barbecue. I said, I had my mouth set for a barbecue burger. And, he's doing the, with all the fixings with bacon and stuff on it. So, if I'm a little late, it's because I'm still eating. I'm waiting on my granddaughter to come out. So, I'm going to talk to you guys later. And you guys have yourself. Be back at 8:15. Please, please, please. Let's be back. Let's talk about Michael and all of its glory. And all of its not so glorious moments. But I'll talk to you guys later. That's my little check-in, and now I'm trying to build that algorithm up. So if you're on the replay, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please comment and share. Tell your friends about me. Say, hey, my favorite internet bestie is on here talking shit. Come in. Look, I need to dye my hair so bad it's ridiculous. I gotta get it together. I'm going to Miami next month. So, yeah, but that's it. I'll talk to y'all later at 8:15. I'll try to be on time. All right, bye.